I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else, because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court...
Shocking video from a Nevada courtroom where a convicted criminal brutally attacks a judge after she sentenced him to jail. Thankfully, she's okay, but bruised. But it highlights a growing danger for those in court. In just the first 3 months from 2023 alone, there were nearly 300 real threats made against federal judges, up from 178 in 2019. It's a horror our next guest knows all too well. Her son Daniel was murdered in 2020 by a man who intended to kill her, and she's been fighting ever since. Actually shot her husband 3 times. This to make sure that families don't feel the same pain. New Jersey District Judge Esther Salas joins us now. Judge, your tragedy, I know you relive it every time you see some violence in the courtroom like this. First off, what is your takeaway from this incident? What is the most shocking? Because you're usually sitting in the robe behind a desk like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was an opportunity for America to see what judges face on a daily basis. And this kind of anger, we experience it in and out of the courtroom. And this was just a shocking example of what judges go through on a daily and what we need to do to protect judges, especially at the state level.
I always thought, in a courtroom, the big risk was when that killer has a family behind them and he gets convicted, that family wants immediate revenge. They might see that moment. So I always thought the threat would come from behind. Did you feel differently as a judge?
I still sit, and I think that now, post our tragedy, you're a little more in tune of everything that goes on, both in and out of the courtroom. But Mr. Kilmeade, there are 30,000 judges, right, that serve our countries and it serves our country in general, but each of the states and U.S. territories. This is an example of what judges face and what we need to do to better protect judges.
So from what you could see in the video that we provided and we've been seeing, is there anything about the protocol that disturbs you? I saw a lot of heroic acts of people jumping to the aid of the judge. Didn't mean she still did take a pounding. But besides that, did anything else stand out?
Nothing. I'm just seeing the clips and I can't really speak to the protocols, but I think we all need to assess the danger and approach it by really reflecting on what we could do better and understanding that there are real present dangers affecting judicial officers. That's one of the reasons that I continue to want to talk about judicial security now on a state-by-state basis. Because, Mr. Kilmeade, there are so many states that don't have judges, that don't have laws protecting judges. And right. I'm really speaking about our personally identifiable information. But this is an example of maybe looking at hardening courthouses and protocols to, protect judges in and out of the courtroom.
So the 72-year-old man came to your house to kill you, kills your son, shoots your husband 3 times. How did you get through that?
I got through that entire ordeal and continue to deal with it. The holidays just passed and we don't have our Daniel here on earth, but it's faith in God, faith that, we will do the right things. And we've seen that. We've seen that in the passage of federal legislation last year and the passage of states now, the passage of laws in the states. I just want to remind your audience that this attack on Judge Holthus is the first attack in 2024. We saw a Maryland judge killed in October of last year at his home. And before that, retired Judge Romer in Wisconsin. This is a sign to all of us that we need to do stuff. We need to do more to protect judicial officers. And I thank you for, doing this, covering this story, sir.
Yeah, lack of respect for cops on the streets. It transfers right to the courtroom, and I'm sure the prisons too.